You don't know me. You just know of me. That's it. So I have the right to speak on this next subject. Welcome to Top Entertainment. You're going to want to share or save this video. I promise you that. Matter of fact, I guarantee it. Why am I guaranteeing it? It's because it's from my own personal experience related to the subject. With that being said, one of you stepped outside of the relationship and could not keep your dick in your pants. One of you stepped outside of the relationship and could not keep your legs crossed. And if it has nothing to do with either one of those, you don't believe in condoms, nor did you have your tubes tied, nor did you get a vasectomy. And both of you thought that the withdrawal method would work. You love sex, right? Well, there is another way to not have children. But most of you women don't like it. All right, let's be serious. The way you can avoid paying child support is real simple. Hopefully, no matter what happened between the both of you, you can amicably sit down and agree to do what's best for your child or your children. The only thing your child or children should see between the both of you, again, no matter what went down, is love. Period. Keep that in mind, please. Now, with that being said, let's go back to you two amicably sit down and agree what's fair. Meaning you talk about how much to pay, how much to receive, talk about weekends, talk about holidays, talk about every other weekend or what's the percentage, when to see them after school, before school, whatever it is, discuss it. Put it into writing form. Put it on paper. Now, once you've done that, present it to a notary. The notary will read through it and ask for 2 signatures. Once you sign that agreement that you two sat down so happily considering the child and came up with, that is a legal agreement between the both of you because it has the stamp from the notary with a date on it. Solid. I'm telling you, that's the best way to do it. Let's discuss the mutual way. That's not child support because it never, ever was presented to attorneys and there wasn't a judge involved and it didn't go to court. That's not child support. That's just one of you or both of you being mature about the fact that you have a child or kids together and maintaining their lives being comfortable and don't disrupt their lives. We have enough kids out there behind marriages that didn't work out or people separating and never ever discussing it with their kids or their child. Now this other way, since one of you didn't honor that mutual agreement, now it becomes child support. Why? Because once you start getting an attorney, well, they're gonna dig up your ass for more money, more money, more money. Now, they make a decision, you finally agree between 2 attorneys, what's fair, what's right, whatever, and it goes in front of a judge and the judge signs off on it. Now it's child support. Why? Because it's coming out of your check automatically from that point on up until they're 18, 21, graduate from high school, and forever if they have a disability. Please keep all of this in mind before you try that withdrawal method. All right, let's continue with some other stuff that you need to be aware of. You ready? Number 1 thing. To all the non-custodials out there, do you realize all the money that you pay to the custodial parent is tax-free? That means you're paying all the taxes on that money and they do not have to report it whatsoever. With that being said, there is something I can guarantee you that the custodial parent will not tell the non-custodial parent. That is, since I'm receiving all this money, Why don't every other year you claim the children? You better ask for that. You better stay firm and ask for that. That to me is only fair. Okay? Let's go to number 2. You cannot write off your arrears in bankruptcy. That's number 2. Just don't get behind. Don't do it. Number 3, I have this wrote down, I have notes. If in case you are behind, and let's say your situation changed dramatically, you can have your that agreement or child support modified. But you better show hard proof that your situation has changed dramatically. That's number 3. Number 4 is something you can't avoid, and it happened to me. She claimed we had fleas. Well, that's all I'm going to say on that one. Number 5, I'm getting ready to go back and dig up James Brown on this one. Please, 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 never give cash to the custodial parent for anything. Why? Because you will not have a paper trail to that money. Let's say you've been doing it for 5 years, paying her on time every single time. And all of a sudden she wants to turn, or he wants to become vindictive. You try to go to court and claim for 5 years you've been paying on time, judge will not honor it. Why? Because you have no proof of paying her cash. And because there's no paper trail, you are.
Ooh.
So don't pay cash. Do I have to pull out James Brown on you again? I don't think so. Just repeat the video. Remember, save or share it. Number 6, when the non-custodial is picking up their kids every weekend, make sure you send them home with the same clothes that they came over with. Why? If you don't do this, the same thing will happen to you that happened to me. They'll take those clothes and all the clothes you just bought will end up at their house. And you'll do this a couple times before you catch on. Now you'll act like you're at a say, strip. Why? Because you want to make sure the clothes that you bought stay at your place. You're already paying child support. You already allowing her to claim them every single year. And then on top of that, all the clothes you just bought end up at her place or his place. I don't think so. That's number 6. All right. Number 7, I've already mentioned it. Don't give money. Don't give any money to, no money back and forth, please. Don't do it. Number 8, money order. Don't ever do a money order. But if you do plan on using a money order to pay child support, make damn sure on your copy you get a signature of that person on your copy. Do you hear me? Make sure you get a signature what it's for and a signature that she or he received this money for that reason. That's all I'll say if you're paying attention. Number 9, make sure that there's a paper trail stating why, when, date, everything. That there's an agreement that you're switching weekends, because it can come back and bite you in the ass in court. And she'll say you never show up on time to see your kids, or she or he will say this. I'm trying to stay neutral. Now, number 10, when the other person starts to date, ever who has the kids with them, you're going to want to do number 11. Make sure you get a first and last name of that person. Why? Number 12, do a background check on them. Don't you want to know if they're a molester or they've been in jail or prison? Don't you want to know this while they're hanging around your children? Number 13, you should never ever be denied visitation. If you are, all you need to do is show up every other weekend like you normally do, take notes of what happened, and leave. Don't cause a scene, because you never know who's recording everything that you're doing, and it will f you up in court. Trust me, I know. All right, number 14. When you go to court or you go to mediation, be prepared with all your documentation. Make sure your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed. That's all I'll say on that. Number 15, please always be on time. If you show up picking your kids up from school and you're late picking them up from anywhere, it's documented. And you don't want that to come back and bite you in the ass either. Please keep that in mind. Number 16, when you show up to court or mediation, make sure you're dressed appropriately. Don't come in there almost exposing your or your pants are sagging past your ass. Don't do that. That's number 16. Number 17, refrain from any negativity between the both of you. Show no animosity, no nothing, no matter what went down, no matter what you don't agree on. Keep that energy away from your children or your child, please. Number 18, keep your temper in check at all times. No matter if he or she try to tempt you, you never know who's in the car or somewhere else or a recording device recording your temper. And that shit will fuck you up in court. You're gonna wish you had refrained from having a temper. All right, number 19. Gotta break out James Brown again on this one. Please, 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 if you're writing a check, put child support on there. In the memo area, their name goes, right? The amount, their name, and in the memo, put child support. I'll tell you why. My ex tried to say I owed her $4,000. Do you know I was able to prove all but $382 of that because for whatever reason, God was looking out for me and told me to write child support in the memo area? That saved my ass a ton of money. Do I need to break out James Brown on you again? No, because you can just repeat this video or you have saved it or shared it anyway. All right? Now, number 20. Whatever you two decide between the both of you, make sure there's always a paper trail and a signature related to anything that has nothing to do with the mutual agreement or child support. Do you hear me? Let me break out James again. No, that's all right. Now, the last thing. Just be aware that the custodial parent may become greedy and vindictive. Go get representation and handle your business. And I'm Cecil Hicks, and I've just given you some stuff that you can do. 2 things that begin with the S. Save or share this video. Peace. My name is Cecil Hicks. Do you really think I really care what you think at this time? You got another thing coming.